Fred's my name, a hillbilly with a comb. Always high, always looking for his next load. Snitching on everyone, causing a commotion. In this little county, where secrets aren't safe from the notion. Living in a trailer with a mind full of weed. Fred's always scheming, planting bad seeds. Is you to create a wife? They're a team ripping folks off. It's all part of their twisted dream. Fred's got a drug problem, ain't no doubt about that. Cocaine and meth, they got him hooked, that's a fact. He'll snitch on his mama, his cousin, and his brother. No one's safe from Fred, he's like no other. He's like no other. Got him hooked, that's a fact. No snitch on his mama, his cousin and his brother. No one's safe from Fred, he's like no other.
Sister was it?
Wow.
Sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that basketball was got something like. Sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that basketball was got something like. Sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that basketball was got something like. Sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that basketball was got something like.
When that ordeal went down in Virginia was, see what that was, my sister, I didn't know it at the time. I know she was doing drugs and stuff, but she was doing basalt and gravel.
With gravel.
And tripping and stuff. I mean, I know she was tripping a little bit, but I let her, we was buying my away grandmother's place, and I had a spring canker pulled in over. That's what we lived in here too at first, when me and her first got together, and then we had moved to Russell County, Virginia on her grandmother's place, and I let my sister start staying there, and she got tripping on that gravel and stuff.
What's gravel?
It's more or less like ice with pretzels and stuff in it. I mean, it makes them trip.
Mm-hmm.
They see everything. everything got to get them.
So she was tripping and
she come in and was see my old lady. My kids got up that morning, they went to school. All of them but little Fred. And he was with Laura at the neighbors. The neighbors, old man was getting ready to come home from the hospital. He had changed and stuff. And she went over and helped her clean up and stuff for him to come home. Well, during that time, there wasn't nobody there but me. My sister comes in my house, shoots at me while I'm asleep. And only thing saving me, we'd been shooting target practice the day before. My gun I had was registered, everything. I mean, I've already sprayed out, it was registered. I had my gun carrying permit, everything. And but
this was before you were selling?
I still don't know to this day why she done it. But the day before we been target practicing, she had 22 Dillingers open under 20 Magnum Dillingers. Well, she'd run out of shells. Well, I put some 17s in for the same casing, but the bullets were in there. And the only thing saved me, because when she pulled the trigger, way the end of the shell's made, it just pops, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And the bullet ain't accurate then. It just gets loose in the barrel, and when it come out, it missed me. But she just had one more shot. But I shot 2 rounds in the outside wall, top of the outside wall. And then she evidently went and called my mom down here from Russell County and told her a bunch of shit. And then my mom called over there and told them I was supposed to up to death, and I told them Laura Hossey, Young's Hossey, done shot the house all upset and killed them all and stuff. And then the SWAT team comes up. They didn't come out to see if anything's going on or nothing. They sent SWAT team out with 26 felonies, 6 misdemeanor arrests went right in. And see, that's what lost Young's over.
26 felonies?
Yeah.
Were you felons before that?
No. I ain't had no charge before that.
I knew you didn't have it.
I was
gonna say, you don't have, like, before, I didn't find anything really on you. Not too much.
They took him. See, even when they got me, when they knocked on the door, I looked out the blind, I thought it was her maybe coming back to explain herself or something. See, I don't even know why she even done it to today. Only thing I can see is I see that gun she's holding, I see her car keys in her left hand. I mean, just plain as day. She had just a weird look on her face. I mean, she was standing right over me. I don't see how she missed me. But it went from the bed into the floor.
Which sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that bath salt. Something like
that's my opinion. I mean, I know she's been tripping
probably
earlier that day and stuff, and I'd placed in my mind why she'd even done it, you know. I mean, why she'd even tried to harm me.
She never did something like that before to you? I'm sorry that happened. That's horrible. I can't believe
when they took me to jail, even though for 4 more days, they served me with, it's unreal, they served me an iron on each child, like the children was there, and they was at school, they wasn't there. But they tried to say that they was there, and that's the reason they ended up losing them and stuff.
But there was one there, right? Just the one?
No, there wasn't none there.
Oh, all of them were at school.
No, little Fred was with Laura at the neighbors. They wasn't nobody there, but just me when my sister come in. You see, and done that. They're trying to say that I was shot in the wall while the young ones was there and stuff, and like it was me and her fighting and stuff, which it wasn't.
Oh my God.
And then the cops and stuff, they lied every time. So I went to court 15 times before I even got turned judge. I spent 3.5 years. Finally took a plea, got her set in there.
You got what in there?
I took a plea.
And then they let you out?
No, they just laughed about it and stuff and threatened to hold me 4 more years. I've been in front of court. Well, I was supposed to be in front of the judge. Every time I go, they would pay fines, so I went 15 times before I ever got in front of the judge. But that is like, even when, well, no, I'm lying. I had to go, not on my charges, but on the kids where they took them and stuff. I had to go to court and stuff over some of that, you know. I mean, through social services and stuff. And that is like the woman that come in and took the kids and stuff out of the home. She's sitting on my lap, everything in courtroom. I mean, this is crazy shit.
The only part I'm going to stop on tonight is right there, and I'm going to tell you why I was wrong. I don't know why I was wrong and why both people have the same story. However, I said Fred stole David's story. I did do my interview with David first. However, I hadn't talked to David. So is this something DHS does in both Virginia and Tennessee? I did post my David Britt story prior to Ziggy doing this interview with Fred because this was in 2022. And the first thing I did on my channel was my David Britt. One of the first things I did was my David Britt interview. So, DHS sits on both of their laps. I made a big deal of that. If I'm wrong about it, I'm wrong about it. However, my interview with Britt came out months prior to this story with Fred. So it's a little weird to me that they both have the same story. However, what we're listening for and what I showed you at the beginning already, because I had to start with a bang, right? Was Fred stating that Julie was the bad sister during this episode of their lives that got Fred jailed, their children taken away, started a huge family divide. But now all of a sudden, 4 years, 3 years, almost 3 years later, Fred is stating that it's Elliot, that did this. At the beginning, June 17th, 2022, Fred was stating it was Julie. I'll go back and play the clip the 3 or 4 times I have it looped, but it's coming up again in this clip we're listening to. I think this is important. I think it's extremely important that Fred switched the name and the story. Hey, Tic Tac. How are you, Susan and Ivy's mom? Thank you for being here. All right. We're going to get to a lot of other stuff tonight, too. However, it all centers around Fred.
Sitting on your lap?
Yeah.
Who was?
The woman that took the kids, the DHS worker.
Oh, she's sitting on your lap.
11 all of them and everything. Just right there in the courtroom, was like, nobody else was there. I mean, stupid shit. They, just like my youngin sitting in there on the back row, and me sitting in there, cycle chain stuff, so they had me on high flight risk, so I hadn't lived in Virginia.
A memory. Also, Ellie Mae told me this never happened because Fred went to court. He was already arrested and went to court in handcuffs. There was no need for DHS to sit on his lap. And if you go and you look at his charges, that's extremely true. He was in jail as they removed his children. It isn't like he was out of jail. He went to jail and he stayed in jail. He didn't get bailed out. He didn't nothing. So he would have been in court with prison guards. So that's right. That's where I go back to this. Fred definitely stole David's story. You want to explain that, Fred?
I just had to think for a minute. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's finish.
For like 6 months. When we moved to Virginia, didn't even leave my property because I was afraid I'd get in trouble. I never even left the 6 months we lived there off the property.
Why were you afraid you were going to get in trouble?
I just know how Virginia is. I mean, the laws and stuff, and
you
just
were
didn't
you
want to get in no kind of trouble or nothing.
and
So I stayed home. I never
because were you using or something and just used from home?
Oh, I was clean, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, when we first moved to Virginia, we cleaned up and hadn't done that in a long time. And we like $20 having enough money to make a light bill.
Thrift.
And I called my mother and asked her to borrow you $20. She didn't have $20, but she had 30 rocks and 30s that I could sell or whatever, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing if I had them, and
I guess I'm going to keep stopping because I feel like this part's important. $30 for Roxy's, you see. However, on the court papers, I showed them in the past, and if I ever run across them again, I got to look for them. I have a lot of stuff. You guys are welcome to search, but the charges were, and Ellie even confirmed with me in one of my chats, that Fred's stepdaughter, the eldest girl in the house, had gone to school and was trying to sell pills. So what you hear here is Fred telling you that him and his sister got into a fight over Roxy's, which is Perk 30s. They're Percocets. However, like I just pointed out a little bit ago, thank you, Tic Tac. She's so great. She's always telling people to hit that like. I so appreciate you, honey. But you'll hear Fred say that him and his sister was fighting over pills. So is it a possibility Fred's daughter stole these pills, went to school, tried to sell them, got busted? Sister comes in the home, throws a goddamn fit, a fight ensues, a gun goes off, the police come, Fred takes his sister's charges. However, there's a fight over it because you hear Fred explain in court that the police wouldn't listen to him about his sister Julie, not Karen. And let me remind you that Julie is the same woman who was in the holler the day Summer disappeared with her daughter, who is of a mixed race, because Jody made a big deal out of it to me. Not that I give a fuck. It has nothing to do with it. I'm not a racist person. I'm married to a black man and I have a daughter, and Jody tried the race card with me from the fucking beginning to try to get me off of here before I even started, in my opinion, when I approached her, because I was already in the Facebook groups. Anyways, so Julie was in the holler the day Summer went missing. So what we're hearing here is this is a woman who carries often, by history, pills with her. She has them, and they're all living on this property together. And this fight ensues, and according to court documents, it's because the oldest daughter took stuff to school to sell.
me down and out again that I'm going to use more likely.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's always been push with push like that. Every time you try to get clean or anything, family and stuff always got you right back where they want you. It's all about control. everywhere I try to live, my mother's caused all kinds of shit. And told people we've rented off of instead of telling them, oh, I'll rob them or I'll this or all that. Just,
Why is that? Is your mom?
she won't. As long as I'm like this is her place, as long as I'm here, she's got control.
That reminded me of something. Just bear with me, guys. We could smoke while I'm looking for it. He was talking about the mother always had pills, Ativan. He named a whole bunch of them. One made a video or did a live one time. I'm hoping it was a video. Oh, this is important too. I think I have that pulled up. Maybe not. So I'm looking for a video that I did. If not, remind me, I'll clip it. But it was Fred. It was about Fred's dad. It was a clip where Jody or somebody was talking about her not being able to send her children to the bus stop. I know what it was. It was Laura talking. I went over it the other day. We'll find it. I'm sure I'll go over it another time. I don't want to take too much time here looking, but I do have a clip. Shit. Yeah, it's just not here. I do have a clip of what I just said. Jody talking about how she cannot go to. She took her children out of school because there was always a heavy presence of traffic at Fred's in front of Fred's parents' house because Fred's father was a huge dealer in the area of, I'm going to assume, Pressed pills. It could have been pills he got by prescription. I know that in the James Light bust, that there were fake scripts written and doctors used in places like Chattanooga and Georgia. Jody and Andy were involved in that bust also with pills. They were Loratabs, according to Andy. Oh, and we're going to talk about something that happened in my home quite a few years ago and some updates I've been holding back on that. Not like recent updates from the police, but things that have happened that I want to refresh you that I've spoken about prior. But I don't want to jump too far ahead. So remind me to talk about Andy's dad. We're going to go through my community posts. We'll get there. I have no clue, objection. They stay fucking blocking me everywhere. I don't know what the problem is. I got some theories about what might be going on considering I caught we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. Let me not get too far ahead. Okay, nope, not there. We're going right back to here to finish this. We got like 2 minutes left.
Wasn't it something like this? She said that you guys were supposed to, or one of you guys was supposed to get inheritance or something like that.
Yeah, I was supposed to took in two different places in Virginia that we almost had paid off, and my dad, he couldn't put that off, hallucinating stuff, and what that was, my mom was poisoning me with strychnine.
Wow.
Poisoned her with strychnine. They gonna charge me with it out of Green County.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Your dad? Oh yeah, that's
No,
what.
my mom was doing it.
Right, your dad, but she was poisoning your dad.
And, I mean, he thought somebody got killing and stuff.
And he never used drugs or anything?
No.
Did your mom?
No, mom never.
She's just.
Well, she's on pain medicine now, but it's prescribed.
Does she have mental issues?
Or is any kind of street drugs. I've never known does mom or dad need one.
But she has mental issues? She has mental issues? Mental issues? Mental, like.
Well,
I mean, I'm guessing if she's going to try to kill your dad, that you'd have to have something kind of wrong with you. Or was it money or something that she was trying to get?
So I think he was saying before the sisters have pills all the time and was naming them. However, he did mention his dad. Maybe rewind and listen. I might have had that wrong. Well, this information about Fred's daughter has been hushed. Yeah. Look it up, and I've talked about it in the past. Here, guys, take a puff. I've had lives on it in the past where even Fred's sister had come into the chat and spoke about these things. I just don't have time to go through all my lives all the time. Like, guys, there's so much, and there's always, believe it or not, for me, something developing. And I'm not saying like fact driven shit, but when I hear something like, oh, Ernie, let's finish this clip. We're going to jump ahead to Ernie for a minute right after this.
Like,
no, he just gets mad at people and does stupid shit to get revenge on them. I mean, it ain't gonna be nothing big.
Was she always mean to you as a kid? Was she mean to you as a kid and stuff?
No, she wasn't. I mean, my dad was real. I mean, we had walk on eggshells that our whole life. I mean, just like when I was growing up from age 7 on, I was either hunting or training horses or something. I was never hardly home at all. I mean, as soon as I got off the bus from school, I either hit the mountain or got on horse and I was gone until I went back to school next day and stuff. I mean,
as that clip continues, something else I've gone over in the past. Some of the next parts of that clip, Fred says that he used to take pills to school and sell them for his father. So he's constantly in this interview changing his story about his parents. That's nerve-wracking to me. You know, like, we got a J.L. Hill Jody's accusing of putting buzzards in Donwell's family's home, which tells me that these two families may have been fighting back and forth for years. Since Dawn's mom has passed away, right? And why can't Fred be left alone on a live stream? I haven't watched Cher yet. I have it up. I was going to watch a little bit of it with you tonight. I'm a little scared she might strike me because she kicked me out of her chat, and it doesn't make any sense why she would do that. I wasn't over there looking to cause an issue. I literally just wanted to chat with the chat. It's like I'm kicked out of the community, right? Like, it's fucking weird as fuck, but whatever. Cher's probably a little pissed off at me over Quentin's case, but we're not going to talk about that. However, Cher did just last week say she would speak to me. She would love to speak to me, and I had a live, and I showed that, so I don't understand the switch up between last week and now, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe she just felt I was a distraction. And if that's the case, I'm fine with that too. However, it's not going to stop me from bringing you content or my thoughts on those things, if you catch my drift. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I promised you guys for a while that clip of Fred saying it was Julie, not Ellie. So I'm extremely curious why the names have switched. The sisters have switched roles in the last 3 years. That is fucking weird as hell to me. And it's not the first time I've pinpointed that, but who listens to little old Crystal? Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is a video. Did I show you guys this last time? I think I did, but I think it's worth going over again. But this video. Last live I had, I told you guys how Ernie was related to a Brenda Schill, who lives in Warsaw, or lived. I don't know if she's alive or dead at this point neither, but I know earlier on, a year ago, a year and a half, 2 years ago, when Pete Clark and all that information was coming out, I had found and I had screamed to the fucking heavens, nobody listens, at least a year ago, that Pete Clark lived with a Schill at one point. Nobody would answer me. Nobody. Not a single fucking human out here covering this case that I directed that question to is who is Brenda Schill would answer that. It's like people don't believe you. So you have to do something to make some other people see it for themselves. Well, I guess Ernie hasn't been paying attention to my content. And Ernie, you definitely should read a whole comment before you answer it. I'm going to make sure I turn this one up real loud. I want you to hear Ernie's oh fuck moment he had this morning. I want your thoughts on it. I think it's telling. Leave a comment in the comment box. I don't really have nothing to say. This is self-explanatory, so we're just going to watch the 2-minute and 53-second video.
Crystal's crime and music. Let me see what was going on. Why was Brooks reporting on Summer's aunt Rose on day one? Do you know? I don't know. Don't know. I didn't know nothing about that. The thought of fake Katie and Bird sleeping together makes me want to throw up. Well, Lori, I tell you, you know what? I'm going to pin that. I'm going to pin another one too. Maybe somebody can answer that as a question. I'm pinning Lori's, and then I'm going to pin Crystal's crime and music. I think it's just, hell, I don't even know, to be honest with you. Crazy?
But he's not a monster that you don't think he is.
No, he's just somebody that threatened somebody's life. Literally, nobody was doing nothing to him and says, look, because he's mad because he was jealous because you probably like me or something like that shit, and I expressed a little bit of interest in you, and then the next thing you know, he comes on my live, he comes on my fucking live, and he says what he said. And I'm going to forgive him for that? No. He's a borrowed cop. He don't even know it. He don't even know it. It's already happening for and around it. Fuck you.
So, just leave. Bird out of it. Come after me. I was the one that is responsible for this whole situation.
Well, my question is, what about the money? What about people? Or did you all split it? That right there makes you both concessions. Look back. Brenda, okay, so Brenda is my dad's sister. Or was my dad's. I don't know if she passed away or not. In Warsaw, Indiana, next to Ziggy or near her. Oh, God. Fuck. She lives next to Ziggy. Wow. 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 Anyways, you fucked up. It's all right. We all do. Fuck, you deserve it after everything you've said and done. Oh, baby bitch. Okay. Dry it up. It's okay. We've all done it. We've all been there. We've all cried. It's sad. Okay. Hurry up. Smack yourself or something so you can cry.
Hold on. I'm showing myself my live. Didn't mean to do that. So that is self-explanatory. Ernie, Ziggy, you're fucked. They're coming for y'all. Your response was golden, Ernie. Deserves a Grammy. Actually, I asked you another question. You didn't respond to it. I want to know if you know some guy named Neil Gallagher. Neil's a war hero. He was in Desert Storm. His niece, Sherry Flanagan, step-niece, her mother, a Bodzer, was married to his brother, Fuzzy. But Neil and his brother Mark were in Desert Storm. I believe it was Mark that got hurt really bad. Put my little town of Glassport in peril. Everybody was hurt. They were war heroes. Almost twins, very close in age. The whole town knew them. They were big badasses. Everybody's scared of the Gallagher boys. Neil married a friend. Actually, he has a baby to one friend of mine. And he has he's married to another friend of mine who I don't want to mention. I don't think she matters in this right now. I don't think neither of them people matter in this right now. I do, but we'd have to ask Ziggy about Dawn. Maybe a Mandy. You know what? We'll save it for another day. However, Neil was big in the wrestling scene. Just like Bam, who I met through John, who you guys know from a while back. They're just people that lived in my community, Tic Tac, growing up. Some I was extremely, extremely close to, like best friend status, lived with them. Their families took care of me because my mom was an alcoholic. Slept at their houses every night. Sherry was my best friend, and I dated a couple of her cousins throughout the years. As little kids, you know how you do. Jody's been talking about a Bobby. We're gonna get there. Right now, we're gonna go here. I think it's a possibility Ernie may know some people from my community based on the connections I'm finding. Literally, guys, like I told my husband, I would have to sit down, write a book with every single day of my life to be able to explain all these connections. It's like you're born and you know who these people are because you're born into them. You know what I mean? Anybody who comes from a small town would understand that. And I'm not here to like snitch on people, or these are people I care extremely deeply about. And I don't think that they would be involved in Summer's case. However, some of my findings fucking worries the fuck out of me. I've even gone to some extremes to destroy my own family, thinking that these people were set up by people in Tennessee. However, what I'm finding is the We Can Bring You Hope people extremely connected to my community where I grew up. However, I'm seeing other people out here who were never connected to that entity or those people in my town. And one of those people that I'm seeing is, and that I've been seeing, and I've been extremely quiet about it because very close friends of mine, ex-boyfriends of mine, people I grew up with, it's their cousins. You don't know what to do when you see that. I put the names in my community posts today. It's a daring move. I'm confused. I don't know why these people from my community are so involved in Summer's case, and I don't know why there's so many of them. But do y'all remember Benny's girlfriend, Autumn? I remember her face. I don't remember her name. However, somewhere out here with Autumn, I don't know if it was within a photo switch. I have an image somewhere, and if I showed it, you guys would know it. I don't want to do that because I don't want to dox this human because I care extremely deeply for her family. However, I'll say her name. I'm not going to show you her face. You're welcome to go research her yourself and send her Autumn's picture and ask her who the fuck Autumn is. Because I recognize the girl deeply. For some reason, I thought they were out here doing good. I don't think they're with Tim's people, but I know they're here. And I don't know why, right, Chrissy Shrubko? I'm not even going to explain my ties. You guys can write these people and ask them what my ties are to them, because it would further damage my marriage and somebody else's. That's not what I'm here to do. However, that human has another cousin whom I dated back in the day as a kid. Very small kid. Kissed, never had sex. Best friend type thing. I remember one time a teacher, I got kicked out of school for the dude once, 3rd grade, like that young type shit. There was another time when we were a little older. I was at the Glassport swimming pool and dude thought he was cute and untied my whole bathing suit and it fell off in the fucking pool and I was really embarrassed. Hi, booby. His name's Bobby. Booby's his nickname by his family, who I just mentioned some of their names. Yeah, associates of associates. I have a feeling Benny's coming back. I don't know why, but I do. And I think Cher and Ziggy is a beginning of it. However, Jody's been talking about a Bobby a lot. I think it possibly may be this Bobby or another Bobby I've spoke about in the past, I believe, is connected to Nita, who denies her own son, whom she didn't raise. He was raised up in my area, last name Thrasher. You could believe me or not, we've been through this. I can't find the fucking clip. But I really heard Nita with my own fucking ears say that this man was her son, who's another person I dated. Goddamn, I was a whore when I was a teenager. I ain't sleep with all of them, I swear. First loves, little kid, little town type shit. Hanging on the rivers, building bonfires, drinking your closest people, your greatest memories, your worst memories. It's extremely stressful. However, I think Jody Sue might be fucking one of these two Bobbies since you keep hearing her talk about a Bubby and a Bobby. And she is posting the Bob Marley and Janis Joplin and Bob, much like Rogersville. This is my brother Larry. This is my other brother Larry, and that's Daryl. Same scenario type shit, small town bullshit, right, Jody? So do you want to come out and tell us which one you're fucking? Because I truly believe you are, and if you're not, you're welcome to write them and say, hey, this crazy bitch on YouTube is fucking accusing me of fucking you. Can you come out here and say I'm not? Because then I got questions for them about why their fucking cousin is out here playing games with Benny Keys a long time ago. Right? Like, so either way, it's a win-lose situation for you. So let's talk about it, Benny, Chrissy, Autumn, whatever your real name is. I really don't think it's Autumn. Just trying to fucking place you. That's why I haven't brought it out, because I can't fucking place the face to the name, but I know I've seen it. And there's another one too, but there's a few of them. However, I do have another theory that's connected to a church from that town I lived in, an Assembly of God. Just theories, but there's a man there named Dominic Muscanti who grew up on the same street as Chrissy Shrepko, who I think, based on local whispers that I'm hearing about my own sister, who is being accused of essaying her own children with her boyfriend, might be involved somehow in that. I don't know how true it is, but being that Chrissy Shrepko is out here in this community where I've seen her, it makes me wonder if she's here for good, not bad. She grew up next door to Dominic Muscanti, who is accused and on the Megan's Law list. From my small little town and known to touch people, I don't know if you guys remember, I had a friend who didn't want her name used one day, and she came on my panel, and I ended up deleting it because I accidentally said her name, and then I ended up losing the live. So I don't have it, and I'm not going to do that to her or her daughter because, in my opinion, both of them have been victimized by Dominic Muscani. But we're going to leave that out of there, and he's actually going through court right now for touching another little girl at a food bank. He helped with the youth group. He grew up with me. He's my age. And I think that that's why these people might be here and why they might be connected to even Gloversville. I have possibly a connection to Gloversville through these same people. However, I'm not here to snitch on people, but I am here to say that what I am saying is true, and I think that these people need to be researched or at least fed to the feds. Keep in mind, fuck, I got ashes everywhere. Hold on. Keep in mind, I love people connected to these people, and I'm putting my own life at risk again. Doing this in my community and in my area. It's sort of like snitching. But when you think your parents can be connected to it, it's unexplainable. I can't explain it. You would have to research me to understand it, and my parents and their families. I ain't had contact with these people in 30 motherfucking years. Some of them I have. But it's concerning to me that so many of them are out here, and We Can Bring You Hope people are out here, and some are connected to Benny and some are connected to this 501c3, but they're also connected to people that I care extremely fucking deeply about. A lot. And the things I'm thinking aren't good. However, I can't prove them, say them, speculate on them. I just don't know why they're here. And I want to know why they're in Summer's case hiding. Different names. It's concerning to me, and it causes me stress. Every day I think about it. A majority of the day. All of the day. I want answers for Summer. And if this is a route that I have to go after 5 motherfucking lawsuits, and what I believe to be even some of these girls that I named Donna, Mandy, and Dana, and maybe a Tony, there's a few of them. But I have a feeling they're talking to Ziggy and other people and out here talking shit on me and trying to use my life against me. But in the end, I really do think this is going to find answers. And I think a lot of it is because the next thing, boy, I'm going to do good tonight with my live. I'm going to be able to watch a little bit of Cher. Okay. A lot of it is because of this. And this is a true story. Oh, well, let me make it bigger. Andy B and Squall Tit. Have you ever heard of Omegle? When my daughter was somewhere between the ages of 8 and 10, she hung with this little group of girls. This whole little group of girls got busted by me being on a website called Omegle. Omegle. I might have even spelled it wrong. I busted my daughter taking her clothes off for a man, and she hates that I come out here and talk about it. And you can write her. She knows I do it. I told her I'm not going to stop. Because if this man took Summer I'm going to make sure he's prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and she better learn how to sit on a fucking witness stand and talk. That's where we're at. I've also spoken to one of her friends, two of her friends actually, that were involved in this a little bit. But the one little girl doesn't live around here no more, and she's the one that was said to push this to my daughter and her group of friends. So it's a little weird. I don't know how Andy's dad could be connected or if it's just a coincidence. But years ago, I caught my daughter on this website called Omegle. She was taking her clothes off for a man that looked like an ogre, that looked like Andy Bernard's father's twin. I'll never forget the motherfucking face. I immediately took her tablet. I called 911. I handed it to them. I called and checked on the case every now and again. They couldn't tell me where the tablet was. They never returned the tablet. I start covering Summer's case, I'd say like a year ago, 2 years ago, seems to be when things for me started to come together after the lawsuits. I had called, my memory came back the way the guy looks, and I was staring at Andy Bernard's dad's picture one day, and I'm like, that can't be. In my heart, I truly believe it was Andy Bernard's father who was on the other side of that screen. He was no shirt, fat, titties hanging out, his fucking warts hanging off of his face with hair out of them. Like that on a bed in a dark room with my daughter on the other end. Asking my daughter to take her clothes off. She had her pants halfway down. She had her shirt off. A little bra. I snapped. I took the fucking tablet. I'm not even going to lie to you. I beat my daughter's ass. My daughter got her ass beat. Don't you ever take your fucking clothes off for somebody like that again. I dialed 911. I handed them her tablet. It went into evidence about a year ago. I called Pittsburgh Police Department. I called the FBI. I called the Harrisburg, and I asked them to look for that tablet. Do I know that they did? No. The way some spoke to me, I had a feeling they did, but they didn't want to give me information. I can't prove that 100%, but 100 million trillion per tillion millions percent in my head, from what I remember, that was Andy Bernard's father on the other side of that tablet with my daughter. Sort of why I've gone down the path that I have. And then you find out you have relatives over there, and you have to ask yourself, were they targeting? Did somebody target my daughter's group of friends? Because I do have cousins connected to these people in real life. They're not my cousins that I know of. Sean, Stephen, Ronald, Jason, and Darren Stanley are cousins with people from Ben Hill Road, Light Hauler Road. Listen, man, and I struggled. I was a young mom. I was 23 years old with a baby that had a heart transplant and absolutely zero support system. I had an ex-mother-in-law that was fighting me for custody while my son was waiting for a heart transplant. I had a crazy-ass fucking mother up in Tionesta who did nothing but fucking drink and abuse her children, who I had to leave my child with, who actually called 911, the police, and told the police she was going to unalive my other child while I'm down here waiting for my son's heart transplant. Like, my life has been extremely hard, and it's why I'm here. And it's not things I thought I would ever have to come to YouTube and talk about. It was just things that I thought in areas with other people in these criminal cases I could help with, because me, being from the families that I grew up in and the neighborhood I grew up in, I know that criminal aspect as a civilian. Not as a cop, but somebody who's lived through many trials and tribulations in life. And the last thing I ever motherfucking expected in my whole entire fucking life was to come out here and I didn't have to do this. I don't know how to put it. The lawsuits pushed me. I knew there was something there. It was odd. There was so many of them. And Jody going through some of them with me, but the lawsuits falling through and being filed funny, and the attorney writing me things like, since your newfound power and tower, like the more they showed me there's something to look into, the more I looked into, and I have decided that I'm not fucking going anywhere, because if that's the case and my family is involved, I don't know that my family's involved. But what I do know is there's a lot of people connected to me and my family, and the bad things that my family did, like neighbors living on top of nursing, taking care of my mother, people I think were stealing pills from my mother, people married to my sister. Like, it's a whole slew of people that connect that I'll die, because I don't think all of them are guilty. I'll say one name, Michael Cregan. I hope you burn in hell. You have to research it. It's dangerous for me and my family and people I love, like people I've loved my whole life. People I personally would never turn my back on. And if I find out any of you are out here turning your back on me, I promise to fucking hell. Heaven to fucking Betsy, dude. Swear to fucking God. We'll see when we get to the end of the rope here with Summer. But I do believe Andy Bernard's father was on the other side of my daughter's tablet. Now, my daughter's 19 years old now. This was years ago. It was a younger looking man. Younger than he is now. Not much younger. Like 60s. He didn't look as gray. A little bigger. Dude, I seen that motherfucker's naked ass fucking belly. I promise you, Mr. George Bernard, if you were on the other side of my daughter's tablet, I'm going to make sure you're prosecuted to the fullest extent of the fucking law. Do you hear me? So, kiss Paulie goodbye. Y'all both, I'm speculating, could possibly be going to 2 different prisons, one for females, one for males. And whatever fuck shit ring y'all got going on over here in Beach Creek that connects to up here in Pennsylvania and some weird shit in my own town, I promise he'll have no fucking fury, dude. Okay, is Andy's dad still alive? Yes. It's hard to explain, and it does make me look crazy, Marion. I get why people were going, oh my God, she's crazy. And I did provocatively. Is that even a fucking word? Ignore that if it ain't. I feel like I was provoked to do crazy shit. My husband didn't beat me. This isn't a missing tooth from my husband. It's because I went to the bar and acted like a whore based on the fact I thought my husband was cheating on me. And some girl came out here and said she was pregnant to my husband, and my husband went to his mother's and made me believe he was on the other side of the phone with somebody. And I went out and got extremely fucking obliviated and brought a dude fucking home. And then my son's friend tried to assault me. I don't know if it was assault. I was drunk. I was blackout drunk. But a fight ensued in my house. The police came here. Just in case anybody brings this shit out, I don't want nothing people could use against me. It's a true story. It happened. Call me a whore if you fucking want. I've never cheated on my husband in 20 fucking years. Actually, I'm not the kind of girl that's ever really cheated on my first husband or many other of my boyfriends in life. I've had many. I mean, I've had breakups, and actually this Chrissy Shrepko, one of her cousins, is the dude that I felt as a young girl always protected me and saved me from some crazy situations in life, which it would kill me right now if his family was out here fucking in any way, form, shape, capacity trying to fucking hurt me. So just be aware of that. I don't know if these people are good, bad, ugly. I ain't seen them in 30 motherfucking years. Most of them. Okay. So where are we? Let's skip all that. That's enough. Let's go to the nonprofit organization. I made this video a while ago. It has Benny in it. I don't exactly remember what it's about. However, I thought I found it on my wall and I thought we should watch it. It's about We Can Bring You Hope. So it's going to refresh my memory too. I actually posted it July 8th, 2024. That's what I'm saying. This is when I started reporting this shit to TBI and oh shit. Hold on, guys. My speaker shut off. No, it didn't. What the fuck? Maybe I don't have no volume at the beginning. Odd. For me.
YouTube, Facebook, oh, a lot of yous, Instagram, Snapchatters, TikTokers. Did I miss any? You guys have ruined summer's chance with the professionals. Now we're relying on it's a thorough organization, but it's a nonprofit organization, and it's it's not the first string,
Passport.
right? So thank you for that. That's just the start. You've given A and H celebrity status, although when and this is in your untrained public court of appeal. Okay, so now the new one is you have your boys taken. Right? You guys keep calling. It's what you've done to me, except for I'm not in the middle of a child abduction case, so the standards aren't explicitly more stringent, right? So and they had some CPS stuff going on before all this allegedly. So kudos for taking the boys away. That's helpful. Maybe I'm sure you guys will sleep better at night. But what you don't realize is the lasting effect that does to these people's mind state today, right? Through pressure of YouTube calling CPS on people that are on the fringes, it does have an effect, evidently. So Candace, I imagine, would have to be suicidal. She's lost 4 children in the span of time that we've allotted them, right? We're like, okay. YouTube, Facebook, oh, a lot of yous, Instagram, Snapchatters, TikTokers. Did I miss any? You guys have ruined summer's chance with the professionals. Now we're relying on it's a thorough organization, but it's a nonprofit organization. Now we're relying on it's a thorough organization, but it's a nonprofit organization. It's a thorough organization, but it's a nonprofit organization. You guys have ruined summer's chance with the professionals. Now we're relying on it's the professionals. Now we're relying on it's a thorough. Now we're relying on it's a thorough organization, but it's a nonprofit organization, and it's it's not the first string, right? So thank you for that. That's just the start. You've given A and H celebrity status, although when and this is in your untrained public court of appeal. Okay. So now the new one is you had the boys taken, right? You guys keep calling. It's what you've done to me, except for I'm not in the middle of a child abduction case, so the standards aren't explicitly more stringent, right? So and they had some CPS stuff going on before all this allegedly. So kudos for taking the boys away. That's helpful. Maybe I'm sure you guys will sleep better at night. But what you don't realize is the lasting effect that does to these people's mind state today, right? Through pressure of YouTube calling CPS on people that are on the fringes, it does have an effect, evidently. Now, so Candace, I imagine, would have to be suicidal. She's lost 4 children in the span of time that we've allotted them, right? We're like, okay.
It's important to go back and listen to how these agencies got involved. There was some other stuff I was covering that showed it was Tim at the time that gave Benny the okay to go hire the We Can Bring You Hope people. So at this time, Fustos gets brought in, Slay gets brought in. Fustos connects to Pittsburgh, as does the We Can Bring You Hope people who I found up in Butler County, who also connects to the same area, maybe not the agency, I don't know, I'm speculating. Isaiah 117, which I think in my own mind is a horrible idea for that area. I don't like how they've put out a big production team to build. I don't like how they've gotten free houses and cars and money and how they don't show their bank statements and they show just portions of it on their websites. I've gone over that, and both individual agencies connect the Summers area now, and mine, Butler County. Not exactly the people from where I live. However, those people sit on the board of directors for this 501c3, We Can Bring You Hope. They also connect to friends of mine who have ended up unalived in my area, which is why I can't talk too much about it. But I do think that Chester, my friend Chester's death may have came from Tennessee out of it. And I think that my friend Lisa may be missing because of what the fuck is going on. I don't know. Stuff prior to Summer going missing, but stuff that I believe that I am speculating my own family is involved in. Okay? If that makes sense. Okay. So that was that. Now I think what we're going to do is, how long have I been on? An hour and 15 minutes. We have 45 minutes. Share, please. I'm just going to give my thoughts. Please don't strike me. It would be absurd if you did. You never have before. I just don't see you doing that to me, but you never fucking know on this platform. Okay. We're going to listen to about 45 minutes of Share. If it's worth it, I'll come back and listen with you guys another day or tomorrow, or I still have lives I need to go over with you guys. I really think the Ernie aspect of this plays into Ziggy and Fred and the Simpsons and George and Cotton, and I haven't listened to Sherry yet. After she kicked me out of the chat, I was pretty much like, I'm just going to be angry and I don't want to run my mouth and say things out of anger. I thought I would calm down and then come on live, go over my material, and then go over a little bit of Share. So that's what we're doing tonight. Copyright restrictions apply. My views do not match the views of lives and things I'm showing. Trigger warning just in case. And let's give it a listen and reaction. I'm going to skip ahead just a little.
For Ziggy and Fred to see. But yeah, so you guys had said, I was over on Ziggy's, if you guys didn't know, maybe like a week ago. Let's go ahead. Actually, they're backstage. Let's just get them up here and we will just.
Tic Tac, love
Sorry.
you.
Let's get going here because I know it's late for some of you guys. How am I going to. Okay, hold on.
Let's hope it's
Oh, yeah. Your hair's too big now.
Yep. Bigger the hair, the closer to God. Let them up on here.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Hello.
Fred's here too.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hopefully, I think I have the mic and stuff. Hopefully you guys can hear okay. I don't know.
You sound good. You sound great. Yeah.
Okay. I think I was trying to get the speakers good so he can hear good, because for those that don't know, guys, like Fred is literally he's seriously half deaf. Like he does not have hearing in one of his ears. So that's why I repeat things a lot for him, because it helps for him to see people's lips when they're talking, to read. So to read lips anyways. But he's here. And he said, he sees Mark smoking. Dang, that makes me want another cigarette.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shoot. We're such a good influence on you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. How are you guys doing today?
At the same time, I think maybe it will help me stay focused.
I'm going to try. I want to post something up. But yeah, I just figured we'd start our study session at the beginning, like we had said. For people that don't know, but I mean, they probably do by now, that I was over on your channel about a week ago, would you say? A little less, maybe? I don't know.
So, yeah, about a week or so ago, and it went really well. And they'd like to see us some more, so here we are.
Yeah.
So we give it a try, and we're here, and it's more. Am I echoing? Or is it just...
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I hear myself in your guys' background somehow a little bit, but not too bad. It's not like horrible, but It's like somebody's playing it in another room or something. Like
What?
that's what it sounds like.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
pull up a video, but
Probably from us actually. Like, oh, okay, I see what is happening. I have my speaker probably too close to the mic.
Oh yeah.
Fred, what's it been like to be thrown in this whirlwind for the last 4 years?
Oh, it's been an emotional roller coaster for sure.
Yeah. Today he actually, I mean, I've seen him actually cry over this. I mean, it can get a lot, it can be a lot.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, it can be a lot, is all I was saying.
Oh,
But he
God,
handles
yeah.
it really well.
And if you and I think it's a lot, imagine actually being Fred, who lived there and had to deal with these people.
Yeah.
I guess still have to deal with those people, but you know what I mean.
I mean, when I lived there and stuff, I really didn't deal with them much. You didn't see them around hardly that much or nothing. You might run into them every now and then at a store or something and speak to them. Other than that,
yeah,
everybody pretty much seemed like stuck to themselves.
Of course, he's been out of the area for a couple years now. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that.
I mean, I still have communication with a lot of them from the area and stuff. If somebody, a YouTuber or something, has a question, if they send me what they're wanting to find out, sometimes I can contact some of the locals and find out through them, of what's going on in there.
That's why I entered chat. I was thinking about it. I didn't know if I wanted to enter chat, but my issues with Ziggy really heated up when I personally, privately, without knowing that they were married, reached out to Fred and asked Fred to speak to me, and Ziggy went absolutely motherfucking ape shit. I did a live on it. Look during the time on my lives between Fred getting married to her and then coming to Indiana. There was a live somewhere in between there that I did that, and Ziggy and Fred went completely batshit crazy the very second I reached out to Fred. It was insanity. I didn't understand it at the time. And I did some lives on that. So that is why I came into chat to begin with. It was the only comment I wanted to make. And I wanted to chat with the other chatters about that experience with Fred. I wasn't in there to disrupt Shares Live by any fucking means. I'm part of Summer's community too, and I'm making huge accusations that may or may not be true. However, I think anybody in Summer's community that has had questions for Ziggy and Fred for all these years should have the opportunity to ask them questions with a mediator. And I was thinking Cher could be that human, maybe. Maybe it was disruptive. That wasn't my intentions. I apologize. However, let's move on.
For a year or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, he still has close contact with certain ones. And I wish like more people would come out, but see, these people are, a lot of them still in the drug scene, so they're of course not going to want to come out and say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Or defend Fred or anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we don't want it that either. We don't want people's lives being messed with like ours have. So
yeah, they probably, if they're still messing around in the drug scene, then they wouldn't be taken as very credible anyway.
yeah.
Whereas in well, I think it's no, well, I don't know. Is it okay to say like we pretty much know Fred's sober because he has no choice because they are on his ass every single day and he doesn't even know what time of day they're calling, right?
That's it.
So
Yeah. Tell him what you have to do every day for for probation.
I mean, I just got to call. I have a drug screen call in every day, but then my probation's once a month. Then Hawkins County's every 3 months.
Yeah.
That
I heard that part. I wanted to stop there. So Hawkins County's every 3 months. My follow-up question to that share would have been, do you have to physically go to Hawkins County for that? Does that mean you visit Hawkins County every 3 months? How long do you stay there, Fred? Where do you stay, Fred? Are you staying at Marvin Simpson's home, who you're also accusing of shit and then taking that accusations away, where you stayed on Knox Pope Road before? The people connected to, of course, the Cotton Simpsons and the Ajons and the wiretapping and all of the past criminal activity that sort of almost mimics what I'm thinking may have happened in Summer's case. I don't know if Cher asks that follow-up question, but that would be my follow-up question. Are you literally going to Hawkins County, or is it a phone call? How do you keep up with Hawkins County probation?
I have to.
But you have to call in daily.
Yeah, I have to call in daily.
If you have a urine screen between the hours of
5 and 1:59.
Yep. And then he has to be there by 3 that day. So
dang.
Of course, I always call by at least 5:30 every morning. So
how long do you have to do all that crap for?
They didn't tell me.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so he's on probation for 9 years. So it's
So
until I guess
could be 9 years. Damn.
It could.
Yeah.
I'm sure, and still they really, I'm sure, are most interested in the money, and it's a lot. So it's not like that's gonna be paid off anytime soon. So I'm sure, like, for some years at least.
So you're saying he has to pay a fine and do 9 years of probation. Ziggy, that means these charges are extremely deep that he had. They're extremely serious. And I wouldn't fuck around and find out about paying them fucking fines. I would pay on them now. How big are the fines? That would be a follow-up question. Oh, she's paying $10 a month. Okay. That's good to know. I mean, it's okay as long as they're paying something. If they can't afford more than that, at least he's paying it. But in my opinion, the fine would be so large and his probation would be so long and extended because think about this. They set him up to go down for them charges. Is that a way to keep an eye on him so that they know what he's doing every second and they know where he's at every minute until they're done investigating? Did they give him a timeline enough to keep a leash on him? He can't leave the country. He has to tell them where they're at every moment. I mean, that's just what makes sense to me hearing that. Okay.
That sucks.
So we're just gonna ask the chat be civil. I already had to delete a comment. If Fred wants his wife to shut up, he'll tell his wife to shut up. Okay, so this isn't. If you saw the title, this isn't like a formal like interview. This is just Fred and Ziggy and Mark and I putting our heads together and wanting to start over and really just speak about the case. And you guys had said on Ziggy's that you wanted us to go and basically start over together and to try something new and be civil. We don't fully agree on everything, and that's okay. But you know, they can help us understand why they think, you know, one way, and we can help them understand why we think, you know, one way. Fred lived there, for crying out loud. So and to
I do want to say I'm not the greatest fan of Cher because of this fucking bullshit, asinine fucking bullshit, fucking put my name on a fucking house of a missing kid bullshit attack to Danny Youngkin type shit she fucking did. However, I do think Cher is an amazing interviewer, and this is a really good opportunity to get some really good fucking hard-hitting questions out of Ziggy, and I hope she does that throughout this whole interview. I really appreciated the first one they did that we watched a little bit of. I might have watched the whole thing the first time around last week. However, something that piques my interest is always a chat. And when you see people like Ryan Finds Truth holding wrenches, and then let's not forget I have Sinister Shadows reaching out to me, and everybody knows that Cher's best friend. Not saying anything wrong about Sinister Shadows, but I don't trust a motherfucker. So people should know that I'll speak nicely to you, but I'm not going to go into detail of what I'm thinking with anybody from here, the YouTube realm, except for with Police, my husband, and inside the insanity of my own home. I'll talk to you and I'll talk about things, and you're welcome to tell anybody, record me, put out anything I speak about. I never have anything to hide. So if you think you're pulling one over on me, just in case that's what this is, some setup type shit, Sinister, I got your number, girl. Other than that, we could be cool. I mean, let's just see. Thank you for being a subscriber, but don't try no fucking shit. I'm well aware we've been through this a million times in 4 years. But I like to talk, and I do the same thing you do, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty good at it. So, okay.
to be honest, as you guys all know, I didn't care to ever hear from Fred because I said he was a lying, murderous monster or something ridiculous like that. So, here we are. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Whoops.
Yeah. But yeah,
He
so go ahead.
Like you said, you weren't really watching us and we weren't really watching you, so we weren't aware. I think we were just going by what other people said, you know, about each other, really, and about, because I wasn't going to watch that, and he wasn't going to sit there and watch that either. We don't watch any of those like channels at all. That it just like, it doesn't do any good, really. I mean, Fred does sometimes listen to this stuff, but
most of his life.
Yeah, really. So, and if people really want the truth, then they'll work together like this, you know. And at first, it's going to be awkward for us guys. So,
right.
And Fred can't hear very well too, and that's why I was telling everybody too. I have to. He's kind of shy, and this is awkward for him. And it was already kind of like pulling teeth to try to get him to do this, and so trying to just make it as a relax for him so that he'll want to continue doing this, like, you know. And I don't want to make him feel, I want him to be comfortable. So that's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really great having someone who lived there who can give like a unique perspective.
Right. Yep. So yeah,
and a lot of people thinks that I know a lot of the inside stuff at the wells, which I don't, you know.
Well, if we're starting a study session, you know, back at the beginning, I would say, have you heard, Fred, then that some people wonder if maybe she really went missing on the 13th or 14th?
the law enforcement spoke about that they thought she might have went missing the Saturday before
Mm-hmm.
at one point.
I wonder
You ever
what date
hear
that would be.
people talking like in town about it? Kind of like wondering if that was
Well,
actually the case.
it was something other that when I had recorded Jody and them at the bottom of the driveway, that they made them think that for some reason. I don't know what actual part of the recording that
Wait, made him think what?
that she may have went missing the Saturday before.
Oh, he was wondering too. Also, if you like while you're out and about, do you hear anybody who talks about the case or whatever?
Do you know how to turn
I
the
usually
microphone
not
volume
let
up
you
a
bring
little
it up.
One
Which,
second, she's trying.
sorry, someone asked if our mic could be.
Yeah, there's a new option in StreamYard to turn up the microphone. Here, maybe
I
we can
sound-
turn down here.
Well, do I sound quiet, Ziggy?
Hold on.
They're trying
Oh, not on my end. Oh, but we're listening through Stream.
Okay. Nah, Holmes. Fred. You've said the 15th. Excuse me. I ran. The 15th, the 14th. You've given us stories about a man in a ball cap with Jackie Dobbs. You've given us stories about wood piles, which, by the way, they're rechecking the driveway. Now you're saying the police told you the Saturday before, so you're changing it up with who? Dudley? Because isn't that what Dudley said? Which story do you stand by? I think you owe it to Summers community, if you're not a suspect, to tell us which date do you stand by, because you definitely told us you had recordings that give you all the information for at least 2 of those dates, and now you're changing it a third time, maybe 4th. Hey, dude, ain't nobody falling for your fucking mullet head bullshit. Okay, Meth Monkey? Let's get that straight. However, I'm gonna go get my fucking creamer and check on my family. I'll be back. I want to see your thoughts on the crazy shit they say next. I probably won't hear it till the next time I listen to it. But yeah, that right there already, your fucking interview smells like shit. Just like Jody Sue's toxic spew. Oh, and I want some answers from you about the shit that Ernie said today to me. Should we play that again real quick? Since I'm going to come back and play this tomorrow. Like, that is some crazy shit. Yeah, let's go back to Ernie a minute. I mean, Fred is the one that brought Clark out, right? And then Brandon, he had a fit about JLR walking Brandon around, which in my opinion seems scripted. I don't know, just fucking weird as fuck. But okay, let's just watch my 3-minute video one more time. And then I'll go get my creamer.
Crystal's crime and music. Let me see what was going on. Why was Brooks reporting on Summers' aunt Rose on day 1? Do you know? I don't know. Don't know. I didn't know nothing about that. The thought of fake Katie and Bird sleeping together makes me want to throw up. Well, Lori, I tell you, you know what? I'm going to pin that. I'm going to pin another one too. Maybe somebody can answer that as a question. I'm pinning Lori's, and then I'm going to pin Crystal's crime and music. I think it's just, hell, I don't even know, to be honest with you. Crazy?
But he's not a monster that you don't think he is.
No, he's just somebody that threatened somebody's life. Literally, nobody was doing nothing to him and says, look, because he's mad because he was jealous because you probably like me or something like that shit, and I expressed a little interest in you, and then the next thing you know, he comes on my live, he comes on my fucking live, and he says what he said. And I'm going to forgive him for that? No. He's a bar cop. He don't even know it. It's already happening for and around it. Fuck him.
So, just leave Bart out of it. Come after me. I was the one that is responsible for this whole situation.
Well, my question is, what about the money? What about people? Or did you all split it? That right there makes you both concessions. Look back. Brenda, okay, so Brenda is my dad's sister. Or was my dad's. I don't know if she passed away or not. In Warsaw, Indiana, next to Ziggy or near her. Oh, God. Fuck. She lives next to Ziggy. Wow. Anyways, you fucked up. It's all right. We all do. Fuck, you deserve it after everything you've said and done. Oh, baby bitch. Okay. Dry it up. It's okay. We've all done it. We've all been there. We've all cried. It's sad. Okay. Hurry up. Smack yourself or something so you can cry.
StreamYard, so I don't know how you let it down to them.
Yeah, and we're on StreamYard.
Are we much louder than you?
I don't think so. But
No, you guys are good. We might be a
fine.
bit
Yeah,
quiet though.
What do you think? What do you think the odds of that are? Well, first of all, for the area that you guys live, which we can pull up, did you would you often see the Wells kids outside or the Wells outside? Like, was that like a daily occurrence for you, or I'm just trying to figure out would you have even noticed if she disappeared a day or two before?
No, you wouldn't really unless you was associated and going up to the Wellses or whatever.
That's what I was thinking.
Traveling in and out of the holler, I mean, you'd have to see them along the road or something just to even see them usually.
Okay, I'll just speak up, you guys, and I'll sit more forward in my chair instead of back.
Yeah, we're not watching the comments because we don't want to be distract. If I don't want to see anything that might have
right. And you know what, mods, please, we don't want attacks tonight. So, and people in the chat, I'm just gonna say now, we're just here chatting, but we're not here for people to come attack anyone. And what does that help anyway? So, I do think that people will be just kicked out for tonight because that's not what it's about. And like Ziggy said, she's like Fred, look at him. He's here. He's been talking. He wants to talk. Let the man, chat. And Mark doesn't do a lot of YouTubing and stuff. So he's been actually looking forward to having a conversation with Fred and Ziggy. So yeah, let's just please, we're and this channel for sure, you're supposed to be an adult, so let's just do that. And obviously we're not going to think the same, but you don't have to be just bullying assholes. Let's just get through it. And I appreciate you, Fred and Ziggy, for taking the time this evening. So okay, so what do you guys think? Do we think then it's possible that she went missing on a day or two before then, or?
Well, they spoke about somebody, or Andy and Jody and them was talking about her being there or something other on the 14th. So I don't know.
On the 15th they hadn't mentioned, but I mean,
no, I've not heard no confirmation anything really about the 15th other than what's been put on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. So But what did law enforcement? But law enforcement were thinking maybe that she could have gone missing before. Do you
Yeah,
think
some know that they had called in a recording that made them think that she may have went missing, like I said, the Saturday before.
So Cher, really good job. That's why I mean Cher is really good at questioning. Cher, we re-asked the question in another way. So do you think she went missing prior to the 15th? Fred changes his story already. I have no other confirmation other than what's been on YouTube than the 15th. But he just told us that he heard the police speaking about the Saturday before. So if you hear the police saying that, Fred, wouldn't that be confirmation? So which one are you going with? Are you trying to play Cher's audience, your audience? What the fuck is going on here? You can't contradict yourself in less than 3 minutes. You're not pulling one over my eyes, buddy.
Okay. I often wondered if the 15th was just,
But I don't know what part
the
that they
show.
caught of that.
and that's a good question, because on the 14th, Fred even said he didn't even get out at all. So
No.
he wouldn't have saw anything on the 14th,
No.
Which would have been the best day for him to do something, honestly, because that they probably would have got away with not being seen. I mean, of course, law enforcement would have cameras still of the road.
Now, how is that possible if you seen Andy's Uncle John up there on the 14th? Because didn't you say that at one point? I don't know. I'm just trying to refresh my memory, but I'm going to look for that. I think you did say, though, that you seen Andy's Uncle John up there with the Dobbs stuff on the 14th. Well, you were also accusing him of taking Summer, which I agree with you, buddy. I think there's a very big possibility Andy and his family are involved in some crazy shit based off of what I seen years ago that's been really hard for me to talk about on here. Because it does sound fucking absolutely batshit crazy, right? But however, I think it goes much further and deeper when you add the Frank Light and all the shit I've been going over this week. Hey, I'm 3 for 3. I caught fucking Prayer Garden off guard. Brooks, I caught some shit in Brooks's shit, which, yeah, that is something I went over yesterday. Hey, Angel on Earth. But I think that just quickly, I think it's important to listen to that again, too. Did I save it? I don't know if I made a video out of it. Shit, I didn't. Please watch last night's live. It wasn't very long, I don't think. I shared it, but I caught Brooks on day 1, the very next afternoon, speaking about Summer's sister Rose Bly, and Brooks is on here standing up for Ernie, who knows Pete Clark, because they live with Aunt Brenda, who Ernie didn't disagree with me this morning. Instead, he went, oh, fuck. Fuck. Ziggy lives, huh? He didn't even bother listening to the Pete Clark and Brenda. He pretty much admitted it was true. However, dude, you can't make this shit up. Brooks is on here simping for Ernie, and so is Prayer Garden and Ziggy, and Prayer Garden comes out with Ziggy, and I think Brooks knows Ernie way prior. I think they covered Cash Gurnin or something together. I went over it last night. I promise last night's short live is very worth the watch. So if you haven't seen it yet, give it a thumbs up, a like, a share, a comment, a subscribe, or whatever you want to do with that shit. But I think it's important to hear Brooke say how well she knew about Rose Bly with not even 24 hours after Summer went missing, like 12 to 14 hours. Okay. Let's go back to share because I literally have 10 minutes left.
And all that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I didn't even know nothing about Dobbs even being in the holler until after Summer went missing and stuff.
Yes, I can.
So then how did you see Dobbs standing there with the guy with the baseball cap that looks like Scott H? This is just what I was saying. How did you see the guy with the baseball cap? Your sister seen him too, right? Ellie talked about it in my chat. You talked about it in my chat. We talked about it. You talked about it on like a lot, Fred, on Ziggy's panel. How did you see the guy standing there with Dobbs with the blue baseball cap on if you didn't even know about Dobbs? Do you see how I'm already catching you in a lot of fucking lies?
One second.
But the last
What was that? Go ahead.
But the last time I'd actually physically seen Summer was like 3 weeks beforehand, before she had went missing, reported missing.
I'm sorry,
Last
can
time
you
I
repeat that? I was booting someone out of chat, so.
The last time he physically, say
The
that.
last time I physically seen Summer, actually seen her, was about 3 weeks before she was reported missing myself.
So you really weren't seeing them every day.
No.
Like rumor has.
No.
I mean, from the road, you don't see nothing up on.
So what was you doing 3 weeks prior that you seen her? Where did you see her at? What was your interaction with them? What interaction did you have with Candace? When's the last time you had physical prior to Summer going missing contact with Candace or Dawn? When's the last time you hung out with them? How long were they at your house? How long were you at their house? Did y'all travel somewhere together? Did you see them at the store? When's the last time you visited their home? When's the last time they visited your home? Because Laura says that they come down all the time, the boys on the motorcycles, riding on the back without, and you were there for that interview, but no helmet on, and she was always worried somebody was going to get hurt. Like, I feel like those things are important considering you're a suspect, but that would be my follow-up questions. There. Okay.
The hill at one time.
I know Cher's a really good interviewer. I don't know why sometimes she leaves out the important questions because I know she thinks to ask them. She has to, don't you guys?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. A person would have to be actively trying to see.
So, well, like Jody said, you said there was like the one place from Simpson Loop you could spy on the wells from, and Fred told me, I asked him what he thought that could be, but
not the only place that could be would be in the overbase property because the way they cut the power lines out.
Jody did say that. I remember her saying that. But I also remember seeing a picture of Fred's dad that's apparently supposedly supposed to be on the same exact day that Summer went missing on Chimney Top Loop too. So I'm sure Jody wouldn't be driving Fred's dad's truck, but Ellie, who might be Julie, who the stories change. One day one's evil, the next day the other one's evil, which again, just a quick snippet because I said I'd go over it again. The first tell of the bath salts story, I'm only going to go less than 40 seconds. We went over this at the beginning of the live.
Sister was it? My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that bath salt that's got something like. Sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that bath salt that's got something like. Sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that bath salt that's got something like. Sister was it?
My oldest sister, Julie.
And she was just tripping on that bath salt that's got something like.
However, they're all over on 6 Up saying it's Ellie now and conjuring up a fake fight And let me remind you again, Karen Elliott also lived in my area in Pennsylvania at one time. Oh. Yeah, Cher controls the narrative of every interview she does. You're right about that, Ivy's mom. Okay. She's a fucking pro at it, to be honest with you. But she's also a really good interviewer, so you still get content because, in my opinion, she's not that smart. But okay.
To the Wellses, that'd be the only place, open spot that you could have seen from that road, as I can think of.
Hmm.
Have you ever, like, in like all the time you've been there, have you ever noticed like odd people, or have you ever heard rumblings of people like were looking for kids or anything like that? Like in
No,
all the years?
no. This the Carly Trent, and they run in over at Jerry Simpson's for like 30 minutes that evening before they got another call on her being out with Gary Simpson at a Walmart. There wasn't no big search or nothing. They just went in just for a minute and then
Fred, you've definitely talked about meth cooks in the mountains. I don't know, I shared Jody saying it the other day, but Fred has also talked about that. I'll have to look for that clip or go through the clip I shared the other day. But he definitely has said he heard stories of a little girl up in the mountains that disappeared. Jody has said it too, and so has Dawn Wills. The three of them have all said that story. Fucking odd shit, dude. Why do y'all change your story so damn much? Why does everything you say change? Why can't you stick to one fucking script? Listen, I don't even know if we've all been here for 4 years, right? Most of us have been here. Tic Tac, I Know Your Name, Ivy's mom, the very beginning. Some of y'all are new coming in here under other names, but for the most part, Marion, how many of y'all have been here the whole 4 years? Like, we've heard, I don't even have to go back and replay these interviews. We all got them memorized, the millions of clips of the same shit Fred said over and over and over. Hashtag Fred spews Jody's toxic bullshit. While Ryan's wife's spilling it, the psychic fucking network from fucking Mars. Bad criminals, dude. Y'all should have known you were going to get caught coming out here and attempting, in my opinion, to launder money and make it even bigger. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, but however, something way bigger. And if you didn't think you fucking dumbass criminals wasn't going to get caught, guess what? You're getting caught. I promise you're getting caught. And for those going around saying I may have had something to do with this because of my family connections, I promise you, I have been in my house with camera, at least my front porch camera running every day since COVID. I have developed PTSD. I have proof I've been here. My husband, my family, my children. You have accused all of the creators, Jody, when truth of the matter is you're the ones closest to the Wells, the area on here, stating that family members and neighbors are selling pills and you can't send kids to the thing, and changing your stories. And like, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going the fuck on. However, whatever it is, you could clearly tell. And if you think we can't tell as viewers, other subscribers, chatters, it's noticeable by all of you. You come out here. Andy had drugs in the rugs. Oops. At the bay at work. He had bags of math this big. But wait, I take that back. Andy didn't do nothing but weed. Do you think the fucking 5-0 don't fucking notice that shit, yo? Because they definitely the fuck do. I promise you, they know every contradictory statement you have ever fucking made. They probably have it listed down. So if any of y'all thought this was a good idea, guess what? Don't use the fucking internet in criminal activities. It's a fucking dumbass thing. And whoever trained you, whoever your boss is, y'all dumb as fuck too. But hey, whatever. Mountains, visual of hills of Tennessee, Jody Poo. Absolutely. I wouldn't even give her the fucking pink. It's a fucking green shit. Fucking diarrhea. She got diarrhea of the fucking lying mouth, too. Not rude at all. I like rude over here. I do rude. Y'all notice my thumbnail? Bold, outspoken. I've grown up in too many fucking hard times to fucking cower down and act like some fucking bitch ass fucking pussy out here. No matter who's out here fucking with me. And that's one thing I won't fucking do in my life. But I've been on for 2 hours. We're going to stop this live here. I'm going to watch what I do. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that. And I'll stay in my toolbar. I have to leave my computer on all night. But it will stay in my toolbar for the night, and we'll just pick it up from here the next time I'm live, hopefully tomorrow. I think it will be tomorrow. I'm going to say peace and love. Ziggy Fred, you're full of shit. Cher, thanks for the interview. Go back if you're just coming in. Listen to my last live or two. Watch my last few videos. They'll start making sense, I promise. In my opinion. Anyway, I'm speculating this is the route of something. I don't know what it is, but something. All right, guys. Peace and love. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Sleep good for those of you that are just going to bed. Have a good day for those of you just waking up internationally. Bye.